Today I fucked up by lending my housemate $48,000. I'm writing this on behalf of my cousin who is in emotional distress from this incident. The scam happened in December of 2019. He was too shocked to tell anyone at the time, so he kept it all to himself for a while, and I was only able to find out what happened today. I'm also in disbelief, and I've never encountered or even heard of an incident like this, so I'm posting here in hopes to get some advice. Long story short, he was living in a share house in Brisbane, Australia on a working holiday visa to learn English and eventually go to school there. His parents in South Korea have been helping him save up for school, and they were able to gather 48,000 Canadian dollars to prove that he had enough funds in his bank account in order to register to the school program. However, his housemate, also Korean, didn't have enough funds at the time, so he asked my cousin for a favor. He asked to have the money transferred to his account, just for 1 week, so he can also get approval from the school for enrollment. My cousin transferred the money. The guy then left the country while my cousin was asleep. The guy is currently living in South Korea. Is there anything that my cousin can do at this point to get the money back? Thank you so much for taking your time to read my post. Any advice would be highly appreciated. Too long didn't read. My cousin lent his desperate housemate 48,000 Canadian dollars and he ran off to another country. Contact the bank and explain the situation. They will do the best they can to cancel/reverse the transaction. Are there any proof that you can to assist your case? I've been in a situation where I had to claim back money from a caterer who left the country. It was a long 4-month process, but my bank got it back for me. Good luck to your cousin, and I hope things get better for them. Living in Melbourne, so my incident was with an Australian bank. Wow, expensive lesson. I once gave a friend $20, never seen them since. Best $20 you'll ever have spent. Never lend more than you're willing to lose. You know, I have also lent some money to people, but the only way now I can tell is to get hold of his family and explain this to them. As an Asian, I can tell that family play a bigger role in our lives than West, so try getting somehow somewhere. See, in ideal case bank or police will help you out, but it will be chaotic and peace of mind won't be there, so try going some other way parallel on your own. He must have registered some way in the place he was staying. Also, you should go check out a subreddit called r/legaladvice. You should try posting there and you might get some idea. Thank you. I will post there as well. Today I fucked up by living life commando. Obligatory on mobile, and this happened a few years ago. For various boring reasons, including past parental weirdness, I decided a couple decades ago to live life commando. It's marvelous. The boys get to swing freely like a couple of drunk Scotsmen looking for a fight, and I live bravely with the inherent risks. I am also a furniture builder, which essentially just means that I am addicted to buying tools. 7 or 8 years ago, I got word of the mother of all estate sales. The sale was primarily centered on a gentleman's wood shop, which was ripe with amazing hand and machine tools. The day of the sale comes and my wife and I, along with our neighbor and his wife, head on down, ready to score tools. I should note that my neighbor's wife is a fundy Christian that is typically afraid for her mortal soul. That day, decided to rock a pair of Costco shorts, Shakes Fist at Kirkland clothes, that had long since worn through the pie. Today I fucked up integrity of its inseam. I cleaned up tool-wise, scored a new drill press, a giant delta sander, bunch of hand tools. After completing the sale, we started loading up. Now I should mention that in attendance were several dozen other woodworking fiends, mostly crusty conservative boomers, scrambling about, doing their best to live up to the size of their mustaches. Loading the giant sander, I squat ass to the garage and the crowd, prepared to lift when the unthinkable happened. The shorts didn't just trip, they disintegrated. My hairy brown eye was pointed like a cannon at the now silent crowd of gentlemen and my neighbor's wife who stood directly behind me. We were already lifting, so I did not pause. We loaded the sander in the truck and I suddenly realized we were far beyond the bare ass scenario as I felt the breeze both front and back. The only thing left intact on the shorts was the waist. Seam had torn front to back and there was no way to cover myself. And we still had more tools to load. My wife was in stitches. My neighbor's wife though, jumped into action. Unwilling to risk her eternal soul, she removed her jacket and told me to tie it around my waist. Then she went to sit in the truck. She was petite and I was not, and this left me with a decision: cover the front or cover the back. Since we were lifting, I decided the back was most important and did my best not to catch the two live crew on equipment we were loading. 600 pounds of power tools later and we were off. Neighbor's wife never again spoke of the incident. You may ask, did I use this as a teaching moment? Did I recognize the inherent risks of living commando? No, of course not. Indigo Scotsman would go full William Wallace if I tried to oppress their freedoms. Living this way, every outing is a flirtation with calamity, but it's a calculated risk. Too long didn't read. I showed my staff and my mud hole to a large group of woodworkers and a stifled Christian woman because my shorts broke while freeballing. Such about the day I fucked up. A written tale. Thanks. I've been holding it tight for a while, but my wife told me this morning that I should dangle out there for Reddit. Did she want the jacket back? Pretty sure if I loaned my jacket to a sweaty naked dude to cover his ass, it's his jacket now. I did the noble thing by laundering it and returning. What she did with it afterwards is between her and the Lord. WTF is living commando? Non-English native here. Going commando means not wearing underwear. When he says living commando, that probably means he never wears underwear. Smile. Now this is a good today I fucked up. She was petite and I was not, and this left me with a decision: cover the front or cover the back. This part really got me. Great story. Today I fucked up by douching before anal sex. So this happened a couple months ago on my boyfriend's birthday, but it's a funny story, so why not tell it? Anyways, on to the story. My boyfriend is a huge butt play guy and he loves my ass. He loves eating and playing with it. He never done anal before, I had with my ex, and I knew he really wanted to try it, so I wanted to surprise him with anal sex on his birthday. Before I went to his place, I douched to make sure I was clean down there. I kept going until I shat out clear water and I was good to go. Afterwards, I took a shower and got ready to head over to his place. When I arrived, things got frisky and I told him to fuck my ass. He was so excited, it was like a child in a candy store. Instead it was a grown man excited to fuck his girlfriend's ass. Lol. We lubed up and things were going great, until he pulled his dick out to eat me out from behind. Pulled his dick out so fast, a huge fart came out my asshole, followed by brown shit water. I turned around so quick and apologized and cleaned up the mess, but he was dying from laughter, so I started to laugh too. After we cleaned the mess, we continued to have great anal sex. I'm so lucky to have such an amazing man who wasn't bothered by it, and he even asked for anal sex again. However, he still makes fun of me for sharting on his face. Lol. Too long didn't read, did anal and I sharted on my boyfriend's face. First of all, this was hilarious and also very happy your BF was entertained by it. Attaboy. Also, oh my god, I am a sex educator and this is something that I have so many feelings about. Some facts about poop and sex. 1. Poop does not usually hang out within the rectum, the place where, if it did, we'd be shitting our pants all the time. Feces gathers in the colon until we're ready to poop, at which point our body is flooded with the time to go hormones and the sphincter between the colon and the rectum relaxes, allowing us to do our thing. 2. Note, yes, sometimes poop can prairie dog between these parts of the large intestine. So in general, anal sex doesn't expose the penis to any significant amount of poop. A few flecks here and there. And emo, if you're going to have anal sex you should probably not be freaked out by a flake of poop. 3. The role of the large intestine is to remove water from feces. That's why pooping doesn't make us dehydrated, and it's also why our poop is solid. Also, the solidity of poop is what allows it to stay in the colon rather than leaking into the rectum. The only times we have to actually worry about pooping during anal sex are when we haven't been having well-formed bowel movements and when we really have to go. Unless. 4. If you add water to your rectum, you might clean out the aforementioned flecks of poo, but you might also dissolve some of the solid feces at the bottom of your colon, allowing more feces into the rectum than would otherwise be there. Especially since it often takes quite a bit of control/experience to get all of the water out of your rectum. 5. If you're going to squirt water into your butt, make sure you're gentle with it and wait 6 hours before having sex. This gives your large intestine enough time to reabsorb some of the water and solidify whatever's hanging out in the colon. Too long didn't read. Water often has the effect of increasing the risk of shitty sex. Not to worry. Not uncommon. Shit happens. Smile. I sincerely hope the young woman who posted the "Today I fucked up" from a few days ago reads this. The one where her immature boyfriend couldn't handle the blood from her hymen breaking and made her feel like an asshole. Quite literally, shit happens during sex. Don't freak out and blame others for basic bodily functions. I mean, props to you for going at it again after cleaning up. I would have been like, okay, I'm done for the day. If you go calling where shit lives, it's gonna answer the door.